the Poo Tunnel. Sounds like it's raging. Look at the colour of that water. I think the water level's up. Alright, let's get testing. So we're just attaching this on here. We're going to drop this down, switched on, 2 meters beneath the surface. This is 2 meters long, and yeah, okay, let's go. Okay, so there's a nice deep hole here. We're going to test out dropping this light down into there, down in there. I'm going to see how that goes. All right, let's do it. So I'm going to turn this on. It's locked out, so I'm in 6 seconds. Right, so that should be on now because I've unlocked it. Yeah, that's the lowest beam. So now I'm going to go, this is really low. That's right, check that out. Now I'm going to go to the next one. That one was moonlight. This is like low, just to give you an idea. Okay, that's back to the original. So we're going to put it on the high one so we can see it. Okay, ready? So that's the highest one. So we're going to start lowering this into the water. Actually, I did do this. I did, of course, check that the thing is screwed up, right? Yes, okay, that's important. Okay, so let's do that. I'm going to give it a proper test. Down it goes. Actually, so there you go there. So we don't want this cable to get caught up on anything, the headlamp, so we have to be careful here. You can see that, cameraman? Yeah, okay. So let's go. I'm going to get down here. I'm just going to put on my light. Okay, so we're going to go down 2 meters with this. So far, so good. See if we can turn it around a bit. I'll take the camera, hold on a minute, so we can, we're nearly at 2 meters. I've got the camera. Okay, I've got it. All right. That's at 2 meters there, working fine. So for me, this is the real test. You know, a light has to be, you know, to be rugged for the outdoors. The caving test, you can't beat it. Really, IP68 rating, so that's 6, completely dust proof and completely waterproof, at least to the 2 meter rated level, okay, because you're not going to go diving with it. This means no matter how hard the rain, you drop this thing in the river, provided it's not deeper than 2 meters, and even then you'd have to dive down to get it out, it's still going to be working. And for caving, so the H30 from ACEBEAM is marketed towards caving. It is, if you're going to have a caving light, you could easily go duck unders, through sumps, all sorts of things, through waterfalls, and you don't want your light to fail on you. Okay, so clearly it's past the 2 meter water depth rating. See if I can turn it around a bit there. So we're nowhere near the bottom here, of course, because I know this hole goes a lot deeper. Okay, let's bring her up. I'll give the camera back to the cameraman. Working absolutely perfectly. Alright, so let's turn that off. So we can go down to the next level. Okay, to turn off, what you're going to do is just press the orange button, and that's off. And if I go back again, that's the memory, yeah? So, working absolutely fine. I'll just turn it off for a minute. So yeah, that really passed the underwater test, which is great. No water ingression. I don't see any water floating around inside the unit. It's a 21700 battery in here. It's a big battery. Yeah, to get the real details on it, read the blog, but we're going to go do some tests now and look at the beam, how far this beam goes, because they're talking about a 4000 lumen beam on turbo mode. So we're going to go check that out, but we'll see how it looks in the cave for practical purposes. Okay, so now we're going to do a real world performance test, none of this laboratory stuff. And I'm going to turn the light on, and right in front of me in a minute you're going to see a very long passage, and we're going to see what kind of beam this looks like. Okay, so let's check this out. So I'm going to turn that on. So it's a very nice broad beam. It's not very focused, which is great. And just as a comparison, I'm going to turn on my miner's light now. You see the miner's light, right? I'll turn this one off. You see the miner's light? It doesn't give a good spread across here. So let me just turn that off. Let me turn this back on again. So that's that setting. This is the low setting. And I'll put all the settings up in the insert you'll see underneath the video. Now let's go to the next one. Right, it's nice. And I got the 5000 Kelvin color temperature, which is a little bit yellowish. It's great, very easy on the eyes for caving, very easy. Look at that, that's not harsh like the 6500. Now these higher color temperatures are not really of a problem outside if you're not going to be caving because of that bluey tint. It doesn't really matter, but for long periods of time underground, a warmer color temperature such as this 5000 Kelvin lighting is much better. So let's go to the next level. That's the next level. That's pretty good. That's pretty good, yeah. And now we're going to go to the next one. Yeah, very, very nice. Look at that. Let's turn around here now and look at the water with this. So this is not at 4000 lumens yet. Look at that. That's pretty good. You can really see this. Just going to go. Okay. Look at that. That's pretty good. Right, let me turn that off. So that's back. When I click back, it just cycles through. So you've got two buttons here, a black one and an orange one, and that cycles through the lights. They're going there. And the orange one, I can turn it off. You see the orange one even has a dull glow on it there. It's a bit illuminated, so I can see that in total darkness. The H30 is somewhat user customizable from ACEBEAM, and it's great. You can have a combination of a red light and a different LED, such as a UV. So I have a red LED for use around campsites. You know, you get up in the tent in the middle of the night, you don't want to destroy your eyesight or just generally preserve your night vision. And I've also got a 365 nanometer UV LED on this option here. You can have other options. You can have a green and not a UV, but a more truer color LED here, etc. It's all listed in the description. Yeah, so let's have a look at the UV now. Okay, we're going to cave up here. We'll turn this up a bit. Very nice light for caving. See, the water level's been right up here. Water's been up to here, quite high. Okay, so what we've got on is the red light now on the H30. You can see that there. It's really, of course in a cave it's not really super appropriate. It's really bizarre for sure. Now if I click the black button again, I'm going to go to UV. This is 365, so it's a light that you shouldn't stare into. I got this specifically so I can use the same headlamp. It's useful for me outside. You can use it for forensics. You can use it for detecting fluorescent minerals, all sorts of things. But here in this cave, we should see something interesting. Let's have a look. So this is the UV, and if you can see here, this is actually fluorescent calcite on here. Okay? And if I click the black button again, I'll toggle back to red. Now if I want to get off of this mode, I can just turn that off with the orange button. Now if I hit the orange button again, it's going to come back to the last mode I used on there, which is the red mode. And I toggle again to the UV, ultraviolet. And over here, yeah. And we'll go back to red. Alright. Okay, so how did I do that? We're on the normal mode here. I hold down the black button and it takes me into my auxiliary LEDs. The red, one click I go to UV, another click red. If I want to get off of this thing and go back to the ordinary lighting mode I had, I hold down the black button and that takes me immediately back onto this lighting. If I want to rev that up, I press the black button again to go to the next level and the next level, and we'll drop, there you go, there, the next level there, and you can see all this water. You see the colour of these things here, they were not that green colour, alright. The UV showed a different colour there. Okay, so this thing is being rated, they say, at 4,000 lumens. This is capable of doing 4,000 lumens, and that's continuous, not as a, flashing 4,000 lumens. But obviously, there's going to be some heating things with that. So if you read the fine print, yes, it can run at 4,000 lumens for 2 hours, but it will adjust that brightness if the thing gets really hot. Now, if you were really in super cold weather and it's rated down at minus 20 up to 60, over 60 degrees Celsius. So it's possible to be with this at minus 20. If it was minus 20, you could probably use it at that continuously on there. It really depends on many other factors, but let's have a look at it. So I'm going to turn my light off now, and we're going to enter turbo mode for this. Okay, so one click takes me to the last memorized mode, and if I double click on this orange button, that's turbo, right? So that is 4,000 lumens down there, okay? So I don't know how well the video camera is picking that up, but that is incredibly bright in here. That is incredibly bright all the way down there. Yes, super bright. And how is it? It's not roasting on me but whatsoever, although we are in a cool environment, but the thing is just, it's not even hot actually. It's pretty good. They're using a constant current circuitry in this to achieve all their different lighting modes, and yeah, I'm pretty pleased with that. That's pretty amazing on that. So if I click that again, that takes me off. If I do one click, it's going to take me back to my memorized mode. That's my memorized mode, this low setting, and this for me is more than good enough for caving. Yeah, it's a cream main light here. I'm really pleased with this. Yeah, anyway, let's move on. 1 year ago, this huge chunk of rock here, which would just disintegrate you, was not there. Okay, let me show you where it was. It was hanging up there. See that scar there? That's where it was there. That is amazing. And that thing, that's a fresh scar. I don't know when that came down, but it's come down within the last year. It was not there. That is amazing. So even though that looks so solid, I mean, that's not a stalactite. Yeah, that came off. So I don't know, the stuff above our head and whatever. Who can tell? That's right, that's a water pipe over there. This was drilled into the side of the mountain many moons ago to take the water out of this cave. And behind us is an artificial tunnel going to the outside world, not the normal cave entrance. You can hear the waterfall down here. Someone stuck some poop over there. It's disgusting. This pipe, look at this, it just goes on and on and on. This was an amazing engineering feat because this is a cave, a natural passage. There it is there. Look at that, amazing. Who would have known when this was put in there to take water out of here? Anyway, let's keep going. You can hear the roar of the waterfall. Listen up. Let's go. You can hear the roar of the waterfall. It's going to be ginormous. Normally we could cross the bottom of it or go across the other side on this pipe, but I don't think that's going to happen at all. Let's keep going and check it out. Whoa, look at that. That is just raging. No chance to cross that now. You'd have to cross on this cable, which is put in there to get to the other side. But even if we cross the cable, it's difficult to go further on because the pipe goes where you're actually going to go. Let's get up on here very carefully. It's just ginormous. Okay. you go. This is the ACEBEAM H30. Really, really pleased. That's on turbo mode there. Just look at that. Fantastic for caving. Totally cool. Totally cool. And yeah, it's super rugged. 21700 battery in this. Long burn times. Obviously water resistant. We dropped it down here before. You know, down there we went 2 meters down in that hole. Look at the water coming out of that sump. Unbelievable there. Unbelievable. So yeah, really pleased with that. Totally recommend it from ACEBEAM, the H30. Bush camping tools here. Thanks for watching.